Well, Banjo Patterson and Henry Lawson were punching on outside the Bathurst pub. 15 rounds bare-knuckled boxing to finally sort out who was the best. The crowd thought Banjo was a dandy and that lowly Lawson a grub, but he'd definitely been in a lot more fights and was sure to put Banjo to the test. It all came about because Lawson said I could smash that coot to all his mates one night at the pub after too many tins and too many verses of the man from Snowy River. Fuck off, Henry, said Darryl Braithwaite, amused by Lawson's drunken hate. But McGuire was keen, he said leave it to me, because he knew such a bout would financially deliver. Banjo's manager was Kosh Jazoo, boxing legend and fan of bush poetry. McGuire rang him up when he was mowing the lawn, but the mower wouldn't start, so he was cracking the shits. What do you want? This had better be good. But by McGuire's smooth tongue, before he had knew it, he'd agreed to the terms and had booked Banjo in, more than happy with the 50-50 split. Well, Lawson sobered up and McGuire said, the fight's on tomorrow, you had better be fit. I'm too bloody hung, protested Henry, but I suppose if I must, I'll have a feed of salad. He called Ian Hewitson, his only mate, and said, can I come around to yours a little bit? Ian cooked him a feed and he pepped him up and made him feel like his opinions were valid. On the other side of Sydney, up at Banjo's place, the champ was having champagne at the pool with the swag of posh mates and famous poets, all there to give Banjo their best wishes. I'm not too worried, said a cocky Banjo. We all know that Lawson's a fool. Banjo kept himself fit by playing polo and climbing out the window after rooting people's misses. Well, on the night before the big fight, nobody slept a wink. Such was the anticipation. And then, well, anyway, I won't get into all the details and the nitty-gritty about the broadcasting rights and the bidding war for the venue and the food and beverage, all that sort of thing. The important thing is the fight happened, right? And they punched on for about 3 hours, after which time they'd both lost a lot of sweat and teeth. And then, in a show of gentle humility, Banjo said to Henry, he's like, you know what, we're both great poets. I don't see why we need to fight when we could just knock the top off a bottle of Stones and dance a jig to a few Irish limericks. Henry agreed, and the crowd cheered like mad. Suddenly, there was just grog everywhere, and people were dancing and pashing each other like it was New Year's Eve. It was a fucking great night. Then the referee awarded Courtney Barnett as the winner because, well, she's been writing great stuff for years and never seems to receive widespread acclaim. The end.